Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And tonight we're talking about Black Lightning.
Season 3, Episode 8, The Book of Resistance, Chapter 3.
Episode...
8.
8? Yeah, okay.
Season 3, Episode 8. The Book of Resistance, Chapter 3.
It was
Okay.
good.
We never know what to say about this show. We really don't. Our reviews for this are so short because we never know what to talk about. It's not like the episodes aren't good.
Mm-hmm.
They are. They have stuff in them, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just hard to really talk about because, like we've said before, a lot of the stories aren't really fleshed out with a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to talk about things because we don't know where they're leading sometimes or like where they're planning to go with it because we don't know everything about the character.
Right. Like, we started... Okay, like, when we started doing superhero reviews, we started with me knowing so much about everything we were talking about.
Right.
And...
Like, you know way more about, like, Arrow and all that. And, I mean, we started with Arrow and the Flash.
And, like, I knew a decent amount about Supergirl when we started doing that one.
Yeah.
But, like, and she didn't know anything.
No, because I just was going into them just watching them from, you know, what they were showing. I didn't read comics. I didn't, like, know a lot of information about backstory behind superheroes and characters and stuff.
And,
I just watched them because I thought they were cool and I liked them.
Yeah. But, like, now, now you know more because we've been watching stuff, and so you're learning about the characters.
But with Black Lightning, like,
neither of us knew what we
were literally going into it blind.
I knew nothing. She knew nothing.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a character called Black Lightning. I was just like, this is new.
Right. Like, I had forgotten that Black Lightning had been mentioned in Justice League when they went to the future.
Because, I mean, I know about superheroes from both DC and Marvel. But, you know, with DC, you know the main ones, like Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, you know, Green Lantern, the Flash, all of that.
Yeah.
So I didn't know there was a Black Lightning, you know? And I liked DC ones, but until, like, I saw Wonder Woman and, like, The Flash and stuff, I wasn't a super big DC person.
Right.
Because I never really liked Batman, and I like Superman, but I'm not, like, a huge fan of Superman. And so, you know, but there's been so many things for Superman, so you kind of just, that's what you are exposed to the most because you see Superman and Batman the most. But, yeah, like, because so many of the Marvel movies were what were in the movie theaters, that's what I was seeing mostly.
Yeah.
And I was just seeing the DC stuff on TV. And so the ones on TV were Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and all that. So, yeah.
So, I mean, like, I had, like, Static Shock to draw on for Black Lightning because, like, they both have, like, the electricity. And I think he was also mentioned in Static Shock. I'm not sure.
And I feel like so many of the DC ones have lightning powers. Like, a lot of them are very similar power-wise. You know what I mean? Like...
Well, the Flash doesn't have lightning powers.
No. He just has streak when he runs. Like,
yeah.
He has lightning.
And he can throw it.
Yeah.
It's more friction than anything.
Yeah, that's true. He has more of the friction side of it when he's running.
Yeah. The molecules create the lightning because of how fast they're clicking together.
And then Shazam is lightning too, right?
Shazam is so much more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shazam is basically Superman.
But he's better than Superman. Sorry.
He's better than the current Superman. I'm sorry. My Superman don't kill people.
Zachary Levi is so hilarious.
He is.
He is such... Like, I haven't seen Chuck. I plan to watch that at some point. But, like, he was so great in Shazam. Like, there was nothing that I disliked about that movie. That whole movie was so enjoyable and so fun, and I was laughing practically the whole time, and, you know, I just really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah,
So
Superman doesn't really have a sense of character.
my favorite version of Superman that I have seen is Smallville.
Yeah.
And Christopher Reeve is great. His movies are good. I have very high respect for him because he was the one that everybody loved.
R.I.P.
And yes. But Smallville is the best Superman iteration that they have done thus far.
Yes.
So, yes.
But, like, so, just superheroes with lightning in general.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of DC ones that have that, but maybe not. Okay.
No, it's just Black Lightning and Lightning.
Okay.
Storm.
Yeah.
No, Storm is Marvel. Sorry, guys. My mind.
Because that's X-Men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I
just
actually
searching.
got that right. Wow.
Yeah, I was just searching for lightning, and I was like Storm, but no, she's Marvel.
That's why I can understand why people like Marvel better than DC. But I like both. I can't really choose because I like superheroes from both.
Yes.
So I don't want to say I like one more than the other.
See, out of all the superheroes to exist that I am aware of, because I don't read a lot of comics. I don't read comics at all, really. I mean, I try to, but
I only own,
now that I have a job, I can probably start reading them.
I only own, like, one comic book, and it's not even a superhero comic. It's a Back to the Future comic.
I own 2, and one of them's Doctor Who. Actually, no, I own 3. I'm sorry. One of them is Doctor Who. One of them was gifted to me, and it's Black Panther.
That'd be a cool comic.
It's a graphic novel comic.
Yeah, graphic novels are cool.
And then the other one is a Justice League.
I actually have a graphic novel that I read that was like for a book club that I was in, and it was during October, so it's called Pumpkinheads, and it's like this cute little graphic novel about like a pumpkin patch and these 2 friends and stuff. But it's like the illustrations are super pretty in it, and it has the little like comic book setup, like a graphic novel. But yeah, so I only own that for a graphic novel, and then the comic, which is like an Adventures from the Time Train for Back to the Future. But I think comic books are cool. I just never really was interested in reading them.
Yeah, like I have a Comixology account, and I get all the free comics
when there's
they offer.
Books, when there's movies and TV shows for the superheroes, you'd watch those over reading the comics. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I want to get the Smallville continuation.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. I mean,
and
like
the Charmed continuation.
I mean, like the comics that I would read would be the ones for the TV shows.
I want to read the Walking Dead comics.
I really want to read the comics for Angel that were like after the season ended, the series ended, after the fall. There was like a series of comics. Or no, not, yeah, I want to read those, and then there's ones about Illyria, who, is this, like, entity that possesses Fred, and there's some comics about her, too. But basically, if I wanted to know what happened, like, with the battle that they did in the series finale, I'd have to read the After the Fall comics.
Yeah.
So I'd read those, and I'd read, like, some of the Charmed ones, and the Buffy, and stuff like that. But I'm not as interested in the superhero ones per se. I'm more into like the ones for the TV shows, like Star Trek or Doctor Who, or you know, the ones that are continuations of shows that I like.
Right. See, I would love to read The Killing Joke. Like,
yeah.
Oh, The Killing Joke.
Like there's some Star Trek comics I really want to read.
Yeah. So like I had heard like,
well, in the comic, The Killing Joke, they don't mess it up like they did in the movie with that one scene.
No.
It's too off, right?
No, that's why that's not why it pissed me off,
oh, okay.
but that is a huge factor, but I am sorry. Barbara Gordon is much younger than Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
No needs to be doing that on a rooftop.
No.
Especially when you're both in your suits and then you're just there on the rooftop.
I ship Catwoman and Batman, okay?
Yes.
Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne.
Well, actually, Selena Kyle and Batman.
And Batman, yeah. Because I didn't really watch Gotham, but I mean, I would ship those two with Batman.
Yeah. I ship Selena Kyle, Catwoman with Batman because neither of them, I don't think either of them, I say either of them like they're two different people, but when you put on a mask, technically you're another person.
Yeah.
So I ship them with Batman because I don't think either of them knew that Bruce was Batman.
Marcus, what are you doing?
But anyways,
Hey.
Stop the overall like history of everything that we know. We don't know anything except for what we see for Black Lightning.
Yeah. It's okay.
And so it's really hard to do reviews for Black Lightning because of that. And we're obviously white. So we can't speak to the troubles that they're going through and that they're talking about.
No, but I'm glad that they're putting them to light and that they're,
Cat!
Stop it. No.
So we can't speak to the feelings that they're having.
We can't we can't empathize with them over it.
Right.
Sympathize.
Yeah, we can.
Like empathize, yes.
Empathize.
Yeah, that's why I changed it. Yeah, we can empathize with them, but we can't sympathize with them.
Because we haven't experienced it. It's not within our culture.
Right.
We unfortunately have the culture of being on the other side of it.
Yeah. But I appreciate that they're allowing that culture to be seen so that people can learn about it. Because there aren't a lot of shows like that out right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more than there used to be. But it's still not as prevalent as it could be.
Right.
In the time that we're in.
And I like that they're giving a voice to it.
Yes.
And that they're, to me, because I don't know, I mean, I know the history, but I don't know, history from a familial point of view.
Right.
It seems like they're doing a decent job of keeping it realistic to what that would look like in modern day.
Yeah, because I feel like the elements that they're dealing with right now, especially with like the ASA and like the detaining people and things like that, are a lot of issues that are going on with those types of people. So it does bring a lot of that stuff to light, and they bring it in a modern way so that they can have people relate to it that aren't of color, in a sense, but at the same time, they still can't relate to the struggles.
There's that disconnect.
Yeah, there's still that disconnect because we don't
understand
and haven't experienced those things from that point of view.
Yeah. So there's that, and there's different things that different ethnicities do culture-wise, that we may or may not understand because we're not that particular ethnicity.
Right.
There's some ethnicities that are really family oriented, and then there's some that aren't. There's some that's culturally oriented, and there's some that aren't. And so
and I feel like they're kind of a mix of both. Like, Anissa is very culturally oriented because she's very much about dealing with causes and and doing what's right.
Nope.
And doing what's right, but she's also very family oriented as well, because the Pierce family is a very you know, big family unit. Like, they're very supportive of each other for the most part, and always want to help each other for the most part.
Right.
And
I think that's, I think that is something that expands beyond ethnicity.
Yeah.
You know, like, I can see any...
Because, I mean, right from the start, Anissa has been very much about causes and the resistance and doing and helping people and doing what's right.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so for her, like, that's a big cultural thing. And fighting for what you believe in and everything like that. Because
within the city, because the city is very much mostly one ethnicity.
Yeah, and because they've probably had to do that most of their lives, being the race that they are.
Right.
So, you know, it's not like it's new to them, it's second nature to them, because that's practically what they've spent their lives doing.
Yeah.
So.
Which we can't understand.
No. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately and fortunately. But yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's nice to be able to have that perspective, because you can put yourself in their shoes in that situation and be like, okay, you know, if this was me, this is how I would deal with it,
right,
or something like that. So I still appreciate that we get to see it, even if we don't necessarily relate to it.
Right. The only way we can relate to it is as people. And, I mean, I think that's the way...
Right, as humanity.
Yeah. And I think that's the way anyone should look at doing it. But they're representing something in this show that can only be, like...
Yeah.
Done through the representation that they're showing.
Right.
But... I love the, I love how Jen is getting to know, the dude, the ground dude.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm sorry, but, it took them this long to realize I'm ground and you're lightning.
And I ground you. When we already figured that out, right when they freaking did the thing with their powers.
Yeah, right when we found out that he could control the earth, it's like, dude.
We figured it out. We were like, or she did. Yeah. She was like, he grounds her because he's the earth and she's lightning. Mm-hmm. And so he's grounding. He has grounding powers. Mm-hmm. You know? So.
I'm just like, how do you not catch on that fast? Like.
Right. I don't know. I feel like they're doing a really good job with the representation and the cultural side of things, but I feel like when it comes to like the character stuff, they're kind of lagging a little bit.
Yeah, like, okay, Jen is supposed to be like, she's not just a Pierce girl, you know?
Yeah.
At the school. She's not just the queen because her dad used to be principal and everybody loves him.
Right.
She's the queen or princess or whatever the hell. But she's also smart AF. She's getting top grades.
Yeah.
You would think the person who's getting top grades would know her fucking science. Mm-hmm. Like, that's... I understand. Like, that's like...
Yeah.
8th grade science?
Right.
Like, lower?
I mean, I understand in the moment, like, when the whole powers thing happened between them for the first time, like, it might have not really registered at first.
Right.
But it still did. But how many episodes ago was that? Like 3 or 4 episodes?
And then he's the one that realizes it?
Yeah. So I would think within, like, maybe the next episode, not 3 or 4 episodes later. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have an issue with him being the first one to realize, to, like, voice it.
But I just wish that it had been sooner.
Yeah. Like, I think that they both should have realized it, like, approximately the same time. I don't care who voiced it, but she didn't need to be made to look like
Like, she didn't know.
Right. Like, she should have been able to figure that out, and not letting her figure it out, like, just because he figured it out is not like some big character reveal for him.
Right.
Like, we don't give a shit that he's smart enough to Google Earth and lightning. Like, okay.
You just said Google Earth.
He did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, but like you get what I'm saying.
No, I do. It's just like I heard that and I was like, you just said Google Earth. Like, I knew you meant, like, ground it and toggle Earth or whatever you're trying to say. But it was so funny.
But, like,
He's able to, you know, ground the Earth.
ground her.
Ground her because the Earth is a grounding element.
Mm-hmm.
And lightning is not. But lightning isn't an element. Earth, water, fire, and air are the elements, yeah.
I'm sorry, but snow's not an element either.
No, it's not.
It's not the magical fifth element. I'm sorry.
No, but for Frozen 2 it is.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, it's frozen water. Like, it's part of the water element.
Yeah, it is. It's just water, essentially. That's just frozen.
Yeah. But yeah. So that whole Jen thing kind of rubbed me a little bit.
Yeah, and now Anissa knows that it's Khalil again.
Yep. Yep.
Do you think she's gonna tell Jen?
No. I think she's gonna run back and, like, maybe tell Jeff, Lynn, and Gamby.
Yeah.
And then Lynn and Gamby are gonna be like,
we know.
Yeah.
And Jefferson's gonna be like, oh hell no.
Right, and so is she. Like, they're both gonna be fucking pissed off that they did not tell them.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he ain't not Khalil right now.
No. But I think they're all gonna agree they can't tell
Right.
Jen. But yeah, I'm glad that they finally know.
Yeah.
And like, I did not think that Thunder would kick his ass so hard. Like,
I was like, yes, that girl is killing it.
Right? I mean, like, I knew she'd kick his ass, okay?
I was like, she's holding her own with him. Most people do not.
Right. But, like, I could expect that. But what I didn't expect was for when she clapped him out that window and they tried to get him back on comms, they're like, he's down. I'm like, the fuck? That sucker's down? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
talk about a badass, powerful woman.
Holy hell.
Damn.
I love her.
Like, I was just proud of the fact that she wasn't even being fazed by all the stuff he was doing. Most people would be down on the ground and either knocked out or dead from what he did.
Right,
what he
but
did.
she got that holding her breath power.
Yeah. So,
look, the clocks can count. It's 1, 2, 3.
It's 1, 2, 3 on December 3rd. 1, 2, 3.
Imagine tomorrow night when we do the review. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyways, what about the earthquake that what's his face? I'm not gonna remember his name until it becomes important. I'm not. I couldn't remember Jefferson's forever. Earth dude.
Oh, Brandon?
Yeah. he created that massive freaking earthquake.
He did.
Like, they need to get the shit out because
I was thinking in my head, I'm like, would her, like, doing her powers on him right now help?
I was thinking that too.
I was like, use her powers! Would that help? Like, he would be grounded by it. He would ground you.
Well, he grounds her, not the other way around.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that would, because it would be siphoning his ability, because it would be using it in a different manner.
Right.
I don't know if that would have affected the earthquake.
Yeah. It might not.
And because there was an earthquake, and they're not on a tectonic plate.
Yeah,
I mean, well, they are. We're all on tectonic plates, but they're not on a fault line.
The whole Earth is tectonic plates.
Yeah.
Basically.
But like I was meaning.
No, I know it's not on a fault line. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the fault lines are in Georgia because it's supposed to be Freeland, Georgia, but
there isn't one.
It said GA when they were looking at a thing. It said Freeland, GA. I didn't
say that's not where they are.
Oh, okay.
I said there isn't
a fault line. Okay.
No. Yeah, no, the closest one is out in the ocean.
Okay.
It on the side of like
yeah,
far, like the shelf, the Atlantic shelf is the closest fault, I think.
Okay. Yeah, because I only know about the faults here, not anywhere else really.
I think, I'm not totally sure, but I think that's the closest one.
Because literally the Bay Area is right on a fault line.
Yeah. San Andreas is like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's like Southern California, yeah. I mean, San Andreas goes through the whole state.
I know.
So that's why if that has an earthquake, it will literally like...
Well, I mean, technically, we're just waiting for the big one because it's supposed to have happened, and it just keeps building up pressure. So there's going to be a massive fucking earthquake sooner or later.
Yeah.
We'll be standing on the ocean floor.
It'll either be in the Bay Area or Southern California. One of the two.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think, they need to get the hell out of that apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can track the epicenter of an earthquake and find out where it originated. They're going to find out that it originated in that building, and they're going to figure that out. Like, he needs to get the hell out. They need to hide him.
Yeah.
Like, boy's future's over. He can't go to school no more. Like...
And when Gamby grabbed Lynn, her bag was out there.
She lost her bag. She doesn't have her meds.
But she got the antidote, right?
It was in her bag.
Oh, crap.
Everything was in her bag. Her meds, the antidote, everything.
Shit.
Yeah.
I was like, the antidote's probably in there, too.
Yeah, it was. And... I can't wait to see the reaction that they're going to get from the outside people. From the video they sent out.
And what was that part, like the remark that you laughed at that Tobias said? There was some sarcastic thing he said and you were like, you kind of like laughed at it. I don't even know what it was.
Whoops.
Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Whenever he talks to Lynn and she's doing this stuff, he'll say all these, like, remarks.
Right. I don't. I do remember saying, yeah, right, she's gonna splice your DNA with the one that has camouflage so you can go around outside being all fucking camo.
No, I remember
shit.
that. For the rest of your life.
Right? Like
no,
why
do
you not gonna give you that ability?
Why do you want that, for one thing?
Well, so he can escape.
Yeah, but...
Like, can you imagine, like, Black Lightning is there, he's looking for Tobias, and Tobias is just like, I'm blending in with the bushes. Like...
Yeah. No, she's not gonna give him that power.
Right.
Yeah, she's using him as her golden goose, but she ain't gonna give him none of that power.
Right. I think this is gonna further strain her relationship with Jefferson. The fact that he joined the resistance.
Yeah, but she's also not telling him about her pill addiction.
Right, but none of them can go home now. And Jen doesn't know. She needs to get underground because they're gonna make a mad dash on all the Pierce family. She can't go to school no more. She's probably gonna be happy about that.
She's probably gonna have to hide underground with Brandon.
I think her and Brandon, she's gonna have to bring Brandon to Gamby.
Yeah.
And I think that all of them are gonna have to, live in the underground now.
I just wonder if this ASA, thing is gonna be the rest of the season, like a whole season thing. Because this was the 8th episode, and next week's episode is going to be about Jen, and then, I don't know what they're going to be dealing with when it comes back.
They're still going to be dealing with the ASA.
Okay, so it's probably going to be a whole season thing then.
Yeah, because they still have to deal with Lynn's addiction. She's going to have one hell
of a hangover. Not hangover, withdrawal.
I mean, going cold turkey on this shit is no joke.
Yeah.
And, if they were even close to doing anything with the ASA, then I would say that they could end it. But they're not even going to focus on the ASA next episode.
Yeah. At least we didn't see Agent Odell this episode.
No, he's still injured in the hospital.
Okay.
From the gunshot.
That should have killed him.
Yeah, but, I out of the 3 leaders that they've had, I prefer Odell.
Oh, I know.
At least with him.
That bitch last episode was...
Yeah, and then Black Lightning fried her ass.
Yeah.
And she's in the hospital, and now there's this new dude that's even worse than her, and I'm like, okay, bring me back Odell.
We've seen the guy that...
That's not the dude in charge.
Okay.
No. I don't think it is.
No, it's probably not.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, and I don't remember the name of the dude that they said was in charge.
Yeah.
But they said it was some asshole who's worse than that girl.
Yeah.
So I don't give a freaking hell whatever fuck shit who is in charge. They are worse than her.
Yeah.
I want Odell back.
Yeah.
At least with him, I know where things stand.
Right. For the most part. He's still kind of shady.
Well, that's how I know where things stand.
I know.
He does shady shit. He's not a good person.
No.
But I know where things stand because he's okay with everything the Pierce family does as long as it falls under this thing.
Yeah.
So, everything they've been doing would be okay. I mean, not exactly what Jefferson just did, but I don't think he'd lock Lynn up for that. Yeah. But this new dude is.
Yeah, he is. I mean, because this was episode 8, so there's 16 episodes, so probably the second half will also continue doing whatever.
I mean, we still have to deal with the Markovians. They've only made one attack, and they're supposed to be this super powerful, enemy.
Yeah.
So, or 2 attacks, I guess, because the first couple episodes they attacked the children in the thing.
Yeah. So there's still a lot of things that they need to tie up.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to deal with the ASA for a little longer.
Yeah. Because I think they said the finale for it was in March, so.
So yeah. I don't know.
Next episode looks pretty good.
It does. It looks like Jen is gonna be stuck. Her mind is gonna be stuck in the multiverse. She's gonna be stuck seeing different versions of herself in the multiverse.
Excuse me.
Wow. So I think
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. An evil version of her, and then there's a version of her wearing all black and a version of her wearing all white. I'm like, okay, is that just like the good side and the bad side?
Yeah. Is it the angel and the devil?
Right. Like, I mean, it could just be in her mind, but I thought I heard someone say something about a multiverse in the preview, and this would give reason as to why Jefferson would be in the Flash
I heard
episode.
parallel universe.
The same difference.
Yeah, same difference.
And so this could give reason why Jefferson's
yeah.
in the Flash.
Yeah, probably. To help his data.
Yes. And it does seem like Jefferson is the only, he's the only one that they've shown in the crossover, but they've said that there was more than likely going to be more than just him.
Yeah.
There was at least probably going to be another one.
So we'll see.
But we don't know if it's going to be another superpower.
Yeah.
But
it could be Gampy, it could be Thunder, it could be
Jen, it could be Lynn.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be Lynn.
No. But maybe Jeff brings Jen with him to try and find a cure for whatever
Maybe.
the hell's going on in next week.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I guess we're fine.
Yeah. So I guess until next time,
family is what you make it.